Hello and welcome to a not so awesome review. And today we're looking at the Halo Universe Series Wave 2 Atriox action figure, part of the Imperial Grunts build a figure wave. And before I get into it, let's just, get this out of the way. He does come with the two legs for the Imperial Grunt, as you can see here. So let's just finish this off by popping one leg in and leg number 2 in. And there we have our Imperial Grunt, which I will have a review for that up pretty soon. But let's get on to it. This is the first Brute body that we've had from Mattel, and it is massive. It stands about 7¼ inches tall, so he's huge. He comes with his, I'm guessing it's some type of gravity hammer. Like I said in my last review, I have not played Halo Wars 2, so I'm not actually 100% sure. I'm assuming it's a type of gravity hammer. But aside from that, it doesn't come with really much anything else, but he is a massive figure. And yes, his armor does come off at the lower legs, the upper legs, the gauntlet over here, the arms, and the chest and back piece. This piece, I believe, is just one solid piece that won't come off. And yeah, let's just take a quick look at his little hammer here. You guys can see it does have a see-through kind of reddish pink thing going on to it. Let's focus a little bit better. There we go. And it looks nice. Brown little strap here, and then it gets like, I guess, kind of grayish, metally-ish looking. It's nice. He can hold on to it pretty good on his left hand. His right hand, though, or his left hand, I should say, is open, as you can see. So we can't really hold on to it there. He does have really nice, like, silver paint on this right arm here, and a nice, like, red going on there, like a gradient effect. Same with his feet. They have, like, a nice silver going on to it. But that's where the paint kind of really stops, and we get into just plastic. And it sucks because this guy, if they gave him the same treatment they gave that Master Chief with, making most of his armor the nicer paint, nicer color, he would have looked so good with that silver. Now, don't get me wrong, he doesn't look bad, but he does look kind of plasticky with, his chest and everything there. It does have kind of a, I wouldn't say marveling color, but it has like little speckles of black going on to it. So it's not just plain silver, which I don't even know if you would call that silver. It's more like a granite gray, silver, brown. It's like a weird mix of colors. But I really wish we had gotten this throughout his body, because that would have looked really, really good. Like I said, he is one of the taller figures. He does look good. He has a lot of detail going on. He has a little UNSC pouch going on there. He has these green little knee pads. It looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. The detail is there, and even under the armor, he doesn't look horrible. He does have like some straps going on there, but it doesn't look great. He's like wearing a shirt or something under there. His face sculpt, let's see if I can get this up here, but his face looks pretty good. The eyes are painted all right. You can see the left eye is the little black dot is going down a little bit, but the white paint on him looks good. The beard and everything looks all right, but overall, he is a pretty decent looking figure. He's just lacking in the paint department, and definitely that little dot on his eye, though it's really not that noticeable considering how small his eyes actually are. Articulation wise, it's alright, but mine does seem to have a problem with his right leg not wanting to really move forward or back too much. I feel like I'm gonna have to put like a heat on it. It's the knee that, and so it kind of wants to move, but it doesn't move as good as this, as you can see that compared to what I got going on here. Definitely not as good, but we'll get into the leg articulation in a second. Let's get started with the arm. First, his left arm can go up that high, and you would think, okay, well, is the articulation going to be hindered by the right arm? The answer is no. The way they designed this was actually really good. You can see this plastic piece. It's two pieces here. It goes above his arm, and the way they have it set is that, it doesn't interfere at all with the armor here. It actually just overlaps it right there, which is good. I'm glad they did that. That's a really good design work on their end. He does have the upper bicep swivel right there. He does have a double jointed elbow, as you guys can see here, which does pretty good. The armor gets a little bit in the way, but it's alright. It does have that hinge at his wrist, and it does rotate all the way around. He does have that upper joint right there, so he can lean back. He can kind of lean forward. Not too much, though. And he can pivot side to side a little bit. It looks like he can go more left and right. Nah. Yeah, maybe he can go both ways pretty good. Sometimes it just depends on how you move it, you know. His head can pivot side to side, but you can't look up or down at all. So, you know, you're really stuck with pivoting left and right. And, you know, you can kind of look left and right, but really to get that motion, you're going to want to pivot his chest here and get as much as you can with that. So, you know, it's a little bit limited in the head department, but it's kind of to be expected with his long hair kind of on both ends and the way his face is kind of shaped onto his body. Like I said, my right leg here is kind of having issues wanting to move forward too much. It's loosening up. It was definitely worse when I first got it, but it's getting there. But you can see he can kick forward about that much, which is decent. He does have that upper thigh rotation. You can see the armor just wanted to pop off there when I did that. He can't kick back at all. He can go out to the side about that much. Does have double jointed knees to go about that far. And he does have an ankle back, forward, and a slight pivot, but not too much of that. And yeah, so, you know, like I said, his left leg or right leg, you know, depending on if it's his right, your right, whatever, does just seriously does not want to move. I'm afraid I'm going to break it if I try and force it. Hopefully your guys's doesn't have that issue. I'm sure that's just, you know, a one-off on this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure it happens to more than one figure, but hopefully it's not like a wide issue and it's just this guy, and some heat will hopefully take care of that. But he can hold on to his hammer pretty good. You can kind of see. A little bit hard to do this behind the camera, but it works. You know, he looks good. And overall, I am actually really happy with him, aside from that leg, which hopefully I can fix without breaking this guy. But overall, like I said, I like it. I think he's really cool, and I do recommend it. Anyways, let's get on to some size comparisons. So here's Atriox standing next to the Super Saiyan God Goku, and you know he looks good. It's good size difference. Actually, it's a really good size difference. I like it. Curious to see how Captain America and all of them look. Haven't taken them out of the package or kind of put up away, so I can't really do a size comparison right now, but I would assume that, you know, the other figure arts figures will look good next to this guy. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Iron Man, and once again, Iron Man too tall. What do you expect next? Here he is next to the only other Halo Wars series character, Jerome092, and you can see the height difference is pretty decent. It's not, you know, massive, but it's definitely there. It's definitely noticeable, and it looks good. I like it. I like these two guys next to each other. Haven't played the game, unfortunately, but hopefully sometime soon it will drop in price more. We'll see. And here is Atriox standing next to the rest of the figures in this line, and you can see he is just slightly shorter than Orbiter due to Orbiter's helmet, though without the helmet he is definitely taller than him. Definitely a massive figure. Really like it. Really like the size. Really like the bulk. And all these figures, honestly, have surprised me. I really do like every single one of them. Some more than others, but, you know, it's a really nice wave. And I'm really hoping Wave 3 does not take another year to come out. So overall, like I said, I am pretty happy with this. Aside from the leg issue, he is a really nice figure. One thing I did forget to mention is that he does also include little weapon peg thingies. One that you can attach to his hammer, that you can attach to his back, and then you can attach one onto either side for an extra weapon, though he doesn't really have trigger hands. You might be able to get a gun onto his right hand, maybe, but not definitely on his left hand, so that's a little disappointing. Would have been nice if this was more of a trigger thing. Just saying, so we could have gotten a little bit of variety with him holding weapons, but overall, not a bad figure, and I definitely recommend it. I do like it. He is a big, bulky figure, but he is awesome. Hope the leg issue is not widespread, and that's just mine, but overall, I do say that he's probably definitely, yeah, worth it. It's a good price. You know, great wave overall, and yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, like button, comment, all that cool stuff, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.